Welcome to the 3 a.m. podcast. I'm your host, Max Polsky, and you're listening to episode 3 of the first season. We would like to thank our sponsor, Music Bolt, the world's most simplistic, reliable, and inexpensive way to get online music lessons. Playing an instrument is a fun activity that can not only benefit your intelligence, but it can also benefit your health and wellness as well. It's a great thing to fit into your schedule to help relax the mind for a good 30 to 60 minutes a day. Not only that, but Music Bolt provides a great team of workers who can help reinforce your skills as well. You can get weekly online lessons that come with online PDFs provided by your teachers, and with professionally made video tutorials and play-alongs for you to practice right at home. Come get a great deal while you still can. By the way, did we mention that Music Bolt also has a 15% off all bundle deals until May 4th? Here's what the deal is.
15% off deal only applies to the bundles provided and doesn't apply to non-bundle deals. There are also no refunds after the second lesson if you purchase a bundle.
That's right. Come and get your music lessons now. Dude, what are you doing? You broke the freaking podcast, man. Ugh. All right. I'm just going to do a little tidying up. All right, here we go. Just give me a second. Almost there. Just a little bit. It's a lot of work. And I think, perfect. Whew, I think we're good now. Well, I must say that we got an amazing and intelligent guest today on the podcast. He was born in Paris and raised in New York, is a self-titled artist and the punk rock band leader of Mango Painkiller, who just released the new single, All Teeth, No Smile, in March 2020. The amazingly talented Aurelio Cohen. So,
What's
bro,
up? What's up?
how you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm good. Surviving confinement and all.
Dude, this is so fucking crazy. Like, okay, so we are in the same class. We go to the same school. We both go to Berkeley College of Music.
Yep.
And holy shit, we literally had the craziest fucking experiences.
Yeah. Nah, it was great. It was great to meet under these conditions, to just like have something to laugh about, you know? Not just like not just that kind of class where you just like meet people because you're like, oh, you like the same band or something like this. Just like crazy shit just happening, and you're just like here with the people, just like, okay, we have to relate because we're in the same class and all. Like we have to just like go through this together. Let's be friends, you know? And
yeah, bro.
And like, yeah, it's just like I don't know if we connected because of this like whole thing that was happening with our teacher and all, but like definitely like it was a joke that we were joking about regularly and all. Like we were turning like this class into a meme, kind of like, you know, like.
Oh yeah, no, this class was a meme to begin with. Starting on day one, like just to give a little background information to everyone. So, we had this teacher who we're not gonna mention the class and stuff, but
yeah.
So she literally talks at like one word per minute. She's like the slowest talker ever.
Yeah, that was
so
the
it's
first.
like, you know, there comes to a point where it's like you talk so slow you have no idea like what they're saying. It's just like
yeah, but I don't know, like on my first class there, I seriously, and I'm not saying this to joke, I seriously thought that she was not sober and she was on like.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely thought that she was
something.
on something.
Yeah,
sure.
but over classes I just discovered that it was kind of like who she was, and honestly I just like don't want to talk shit about like her in particular, mostly about just the class, how the class was kind of a shit show, because outside of just being like really a mysterious person, you know, that's how I would call it. Just outside of being like a mysterious person, like she was just nice. Like she wasn't trying to be like mean to anybody.
Oh yeah, no. She was a very nice person, but like she just
man.
did not really know how to teach. Like she's a great person. Don't get me wrong. Okay, so what happened yesterday? So we had class yesterday, and it was over Zoom. And I don't know, it's just like, you know, when the teacher is really boring and then people fall asleep in class? Well, this is even more to an extreme where like the teacher was so boring that she not only made other people fall asleep in the class, but she made herself fall asleep.
But plus it was really mysterious because it was like the middle of the a question. It was just like she was like, does anybody like have anything to say about this or something like that? And like usually she just waits like a good like like 8 full seconds before saying
Yep.
like nobody, okay?
Yeah,
but like here we were waiting for it. We were just waiting like for her to like say like okay, nobody, like okay, all right, but like the seconds were just passing by and passing by and passing by, and like
Oh yeah, no.
I'm not kidding, like I think we waited a minute, like almost a minute, until she said something, like, and we could not figure out if she was really sleeping, because technically, like, if I want to show with my cam, she was like this,
Well, I mean, they can't see you, but yeah, no, it was like her head, like slowly, like, like
Yeah,
you could just see
slowly
like the
dive,
top
like,
of her head.
yeah.
She was diving down. It was just,
No, yeah,
it was just, oh my gosh, it was so crazy.
No, yeah,
man.
I don't know. It's fortunately it's not one of these classes that you have to take like more levels like harmony or ear training and all.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, like that was I was happy overall that I had this t-shirt, because like if I just had like a boring shirt, I would have just been bored, and I was actually expecting every class, because I was like, oh, what is gonna be new like this time, you know?
Yeah, dude.
But it was really like, yeah, one of the only teacher I had ever met who gave college students a how do you call it, like the poems where like it's like
the bio poem.
Yeah,
but
yeah, when you, like each letter of your name like is a word, you know.
Oh yeah. Wait, you never done that?
I mean, I did this, but not in college, bro. Like,
oh yeah, no.
Who has
not a college thing?
Like, yeah, I was like, bro, like I did this in kindergarten, and like I did this like in elementary school, like sometimes. But even in elementary school, it was kind of like, okay, let's raise up the level, you know. In college,
the thing is, college, they don't give a shit about your name.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. For me, it's like if I was I don't know. For me, it's like if I was working in like a big enterprise and all, and like I was like in a reunion, like on the top of a building, and they were just like, okay, the reunion is done, now game of tag, you know, like that's kind of like this, you know, you're just like, that's not the context, we're like way too mature to do this.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Anyways, change up the schedule. Every time during, you know, for my past podcasts and my future podcasts, I do this thing called Wind the Clock, which is where you take me back to basically where you got started, like how you came about as like how you decided like music is what you're gonna do. So like how did that come about? About what age would you think?
Well, I was actually into drawing mostly like for a good part of my life. Actually,
so you picked up the paintbrush before you picked up the guitar pick?
Yeah, I mean no, I basically like drawing is just like something you do all your life, you know, like when you're like fucking like not even a year old, your parents just give you paper and just pen so that you just like leave them alone, you know, and I don't know, and I just like stick to this, and I was just like drawing a lot. I had a big passion for mangas, and I was just like, I don't know, I was just really into drawing, but I got my first guitar at 5 years old because I wanted to start playing. I started getting classes, but I was always like, yeah, what I'm gonna do is
that's really young.
Yeah, but I was not just really like too much serious about the classes, because I was just like, yeah, anyway, like what I'm gonna do in my life is do comics and all. But it's not like if I was completely forgetting music was still like already a big part of me, because I was already like, I was like the only kid on my grade who knew the Beatles were, because like when you're in second grade or something, like in a school in France, like no other kid knows who the Beatles are, besides like one of my friends who were just like, yeah, I know that song that is like love me do, you know, like, and that's really it. And every time I was in a car ride with my parents, my mother was always playing like her favorite artists. So like she's a fan of Bowie, she's a fan of The Doors, of Aretha Franklin, like just like big names. And I started like growing this culture until like this all my life, until we left for New York when I was 13. And at the time I was still like really into comics, but I don't know, it's just the whole vibe in New York, and how I did Pratt Institute.
Oh my gosh, no, I'm sure that New York was such a crazy like experience. Like, what age were you when you arrived in New York?
I was 13 when I arrived in New York.
I'm sure that was a huge change.
Yeah, I just turned 13. I was gonna enter 8th grade, and Yeah, I couldn't talk at all. I was the first year I was mostly alone because I was just so lazy to learn the language. I just didn't want to connect with people, you know.
Wow.
And
Huh.
yeah, I was just drawing a lot, and at some point, I don't know, I just found a boredom of saying thinking like there's so much I want to draw, there's so many stories I want to create, but like I don't think that I'll have the courage to like I would love to see the final product, but I don't think like I have the what it takes, and not what it takes. I knew I could draw. I just felt like I could not take
You don't
a
have
year
like
of
the
my
expression to like
no,
show
I just
everyone,
knew
like,
exactly. I had
right.
everything in my head. It's just I was like,
Right.
if it's in my head, I don't want to have to like just like put it on paper. Like maybe it's just something that I can keep to my head. And I was just really struggling with like so like if I'm not gonna be like motivated to do like comics, what the fuck am I gonna be motivated to do? And honestly, I think the moment I switched, I was like, I need to do music. Well, I mean, I was just discouraged by art a lot because I did Pratt Institute. I hated it. I did what the fuck, SVA. I hated it, and that's like two big
Right.
schools of art in New York. I was like, you know, like if this is like known like to be the best, like people have fun there, and I don't have fun at all. Like maybe art is just like not for me. But I was not gonna give up on art. I was like, I'm gonna keep it. I'm just not gonna do this with my life. And I don't know. I one day I changed my teacher, and I got a guitar teacher named Rafael Rosa, and this man motivated me a lot to pursue music as my career because like I was always messing up on I was not learning my scales. I wanted to draw, and so he was like, if you want to be like a great musician, you have to like change this attitude. And I was like, I don't want to be a great musician, I don't want to do this. And over time he was telling me that more and more, and I realized that in the end it was what I wanted to do. And when I was playing with a band or something like this, I like an ensemble in the school, I was like, shit, like this is something that is actually like easy for me to do, like just play and create like this is actually something great. Because opposite to art, like art I could visualize everything in my head, but like in music,
Yep,
I could not hear
yeah.
it, you know. I needed to like have the material to be able to hear, and that was something I decided to do.
Yeah,
and
dude.
and yeah, and then I think just discovering because I already had an idea that I wanted to do music as like kind of like a second job when I got into my favorite band, Green Day, when I was 9.
Nice.
I don't want to say
Yeah.
8, 9, something like this. I was like,
I had a bit of a Green Day phase as
yeah,
well.
but it was mostly
yeah.
a thing of like just in my head, like look how cool it will be, like to like just be in a stadium and just play. You know, I was never like that's what I'm gonna do. But I arrived and I really got into what band was it? Like the one where I was like, I need to do this. I think Beach House. When I was 14, 15, I discovered Beach House, and I was like fuck, I just need to. I need to like just find out how they do, how they like, and then I just like started seeing documentaries and all, and the passion for music started. And
Yeah.
then my mother was just like, yeah, there's that summer program at Berkeley. I was like, what the fuck is Berkeley? And she told me like it's that big music school, like Boston. I was like,
Oh, so it was your mom who told you about Berkeley.
yeah, and she
Right.
actually like enrolled me in the summer program without even me like saying I wanted to do it, or like without like
she was just like,
just
oh
enroll
yeah,
me like it was it was
you're
just
off.
like yeah no, like it was like May something like this, and I was like, oh, by the way, I didn't ask what the fuck are we doing for the summer. And she was like, I mean, like we're like going somewhere, you're like starting your music career. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? And at first I was kind of like, I'm mad that you didn't like ask me. But she was like, yeah, honestly, like I'm enrolling you for like a fucking like opportunity and all, you should be like thanking me. So like I was just like, I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to be like that spoiled brat, you know. So I went there. I had a blast. It was really really nice, but it was, you know, the summer program is a performance program, and I was really into production. I was really into creation. I was just like, yeah, I'm not having fun like just playing guitar, you know. And
Yeah, man. I'm sure that you kind of were more exposed to like what other opportunities there are in the industry. Like, there's not just, oh yeah, you're just playing guitar in a band. There's more. There's like, you know, there's production and there's management and other things. Like,
yeah,
I'm sure that huge exposure was a whole life experience.
yeah, and
It was
that's
a
why
life changer almost.
yeah, that's why I consider that's why I consider just like the scholarship experience at Berkeley just more important than the summer program, because the summer program you're literally just gonna be like playing music, you're not gonna be just learning all the things you learn in ear training,
Oh,
harmony,
yeah.
and all.
Yeah, you're not taking the classes or anything.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
just,
You take classes.
around
You have like
playing
a
and
schedule,
stuff.
but it's mostly like ensembles. It's mostly like I think in the summer program we have like 4 or 5 ensembles, something like this, you know.
And it's almost like you're just like meeting other people.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
And I'm sure that like for people who know that they want to be like a drummer or a guitar player, it's like awesome. But I didn't want to be this. I wanted to at the time I really wanted to produce, and I wanted to just do my own shit, you know.
Yeah, dude.
So I did my audition. I was like, maybe it's important that I play a song of mine so that they see that I'm a composer and not a guitar player, you know. And I explained this. And I guess like since I messed up, I kind of messed up the audition. I guess the interview saved me. And December 18, I got the answer, and I was so happy that the second semester of senior year I just didn't do anything. Like I was like, fuck it, that's it. Like I'm out of high school.
Dude.
Like, yeah,
Dude, holy crap.
one of the best semesters of my life. Yeah.
So, you know, for me, you know, I missed the cut because, you know, there was a certain point where I was just like, I'm not doing music. Like, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to make a shit ton of money, and then that's it. But, you know, after I, like, signed up for all these colleges and stuff, I kind of woke up almost. I was like, I don't want to do this shit. And it's like, I don't want to like study for like the MCAT and do all this crap that like I don't even want to study or pursue. Like I always loved music, and like I felt like Berkeley really showed me that, you know, you can really put that into a career, and like, you can make a living off of it.
Yeah, and you know there's really like a cliche at Berkeley of like if you want to be a musician, mostly among parents, I found out that is like, don't pursue music because you're not gonna find a job that gives you money. And I actually don't agree with this, because there's just like so much you can do if you're an instrumentalist, because like you meet the right people and they ask you to be on their tour band, they ask you to be like in their to play for their like orchestra or something like this,
or be like a hired gun and be like a studio musician almost.
And anyway you can always be like a teacher, you know, like
yeah dude. And
I mean I don't know, if you want to do production, like that might be a little hard, but you can pursue it. And personally, I went with like the strategic, you know, like kind of like side of like going to Berkeley. Basically, like I was like, okay, I'm going to Berkeley, and I'm not getting out of there until I haven't gotten an audience for what I do. And I don't get out of there until I don't find like the people that will help me like get to my dream of just like playing big shows, having like record selling albums. Like it's just like my goal is not to be just like famous, just like something that is just like very secondary, and that is just like fame belongs to your personal life, you know, it's things that you're gonna experience in your personal life. But I don't care about this because I'm like satisfied in my personal life, and whatever happens I'll be fine, you know. But like it's not fame that is my goal, it's mostly just like being able to spread what I have in my head like to the largest fucking audience possible.
Yep.
And
no,
honestly,
for sure.
Yeah, the thing that would be cool.
That's literally the same thing with me.
Yeah, like, the thing that would be cool is like if I like get that status of like, I don't want to sound pretentious, I'm just saying that it's just like the goal that everybody has at Berkeley. But if I can reach that status of like, oh, you're like the artist of the year or something like this, for me it wouldn't be like just an ego thing of like, oh, I'm the artist of the year, like fuck them all. Like it will be just like shit, like I actually like was able to reach as much people with like what I had in my head. And like right now I just release singles that I don't really promote that much because I'm like, that's not, if I have to like start with something, it won't be this. But I'm currently working on the first project where I'll really be like promoting it as much as possible and trying to get shows. And
yeah dude, you want to talk about that? Like what do you think about doing like with this project?
Well, the project I'm currently preparing is would be a one-man band. I cannot really talk too much about it because I don't have much informations, but
no, it's cool.
No, it's but I still want to, you know, it's important to promote it. And also like, yeah, it's a one-man band named Rosenhauer that has me on singing and melodic bass, and I just want to make these songs, like do them myself, like produce them, like just do everything on it. And for like
dude,
the band,
not only is that great, but it's also a great learning experience because one, you're doing all this by yourself, you're learning how to, you know, make this whole album really, you know, get that going, and learning how to really produce it and stuff, and you know, you're promoting yourself. That is like really, really important.
Yeah,
especially.
Yeah, and you know, like for the band aspect of like saying like this is my band Rose and Howard, I just want like to find the right people to be able to show the band like live, you know. And I don't know, I have I talk about it a lot with my friend that people at Berkeley might know, Jean-Michel, because he has the same purpose of doing his one-man band project as well, and we just talk about like all that it implies and all. And I just mostly mostly just inspire of Tame Impala for this project, because everybody is like, oh, Tame Impala is a band, but it's just one guy, and that's kind of what I want it to be. I want kind of like people to say, yeah, Rosenauer is that band that like did this, and like it's this band, like we're going to go see a band live and all, but in the end it's just like me that is the head of the whole project, and for the live like part it will be like just like finding like diverse musicians all the time, just think that like one member that stays here and all. And currently currently I'm just like working on I was working on an album that I released in a while when I was at Berkeley, but now with confinement I just don't find the force to do it, so I just decided to create an EP that would kind of like announce the project, you know. So
that's awesome.
I'm currently doing this, and I already have the 5 songs, and also I'm working on them, and I cannot give a release date and all, but it's gonna be fun, and I hope it works. And basically, like, to go back on what I was talking about, that was like what I wanted to do coming to Berkeley, but I was like wait, like saying you're gonna be like an artist that's gonna live off his creations is like much too big of a risk. So if it doesn't work, because it might be probable that it doesn't work, it's actually like much more probable that like it doesn't work than it does, which is like said, but you have to like be realistic. I was like, if it doesn't work, I need to have a plan B. So that's why I decided to major in film scoring at Berkeley, because film scoring is just like, outside of just being something that I really want to do because my parents are in the movie industry and I've grown up all my life with movies and all.
That's awesome. Wait, are they directors? Or are they actors? Like, what do they do?
A bit of everything. My father is a screenplay writer, mostly director. He directed a few films, and
that's awesome.
And a writer now. He wrote his first book, and now he's doing a second one. And my mom is a screenwriter, but she made she directed her own movie, like that she wrote herself, like about a year ago. It's on Netflix. It's called I'm Not an Easy Man. It's pretty good, yeah.
Yo, holy shit! I saw that.
You saw that?
That's like, that was really, really good. Holy shit!
The French movie about the guy who arrives in the world where like women are like boss of the industries and all, like.
Holy shit!
That's crazy that you saw it.
That is really cool. That is really awesome.
Well, it's written and directed by my mom, and
wait,
yeah, it was
what?
It was made for Netflix. Yeah.
And it's, oh my, that is unbelievable. That is so crazy.
No, yeah, sometimes I get these reactions from people who are like, I didn't know it was your mom, and all that. It's just so rare. It's been a while. I haven't had this reaction. It feels good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. That is amazing. All right. Dude, that is so freaking cool.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, like it's why it's important for me to do like something that has something to do with films, because my parents were these kind of parents who really wanted to spread their passion to us, and who were really like.
Yeah, I could definitely. I could definitely see where you can get the. I could definitely see where you get the inspiration coming from.
Yeah. It's just like they were showing us movies every Saturday and all, and by the time I was fucking 8, I was like the only fucking kid of my grade who had an idea who like Wes Anderson was, who Ingmar Bergman was, or like directors like this, and everybody was just like, what? Like, I don't know these guys. I just like know like the basic French directors that everybody know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was just kind of like, I need to go in that continuity since I have like the knowledge of like what I know, and I still notice that today when I have like a conversation about movies, I'm always like the one who like gets like the fucking like dark references that everybody's just like, oh, I didn't know that like there was a thing. I was just like, yeah, my parents just raised me like this. I'm sorry, but like, yeah.
I can see the Big Lebowski and Fight Club poster.
Yeah, but like that's the classics. Like my parents were like showing me like my parents were showing me like very like dark movies, and like every time I had friends who were like, oh yeah, I love this director, he made this movie, and they say like the dark, like the most famous one. I'm just like, yeah, but have you seen like this one that got released? And I just passed for a nerd, and like it's just always funny, you know?
Yeah, no, the best thing about the Big Lebowski is that the more you watch it, the better it gets. Like, the second time, like the first time you watch it, it's like, what the heck did I just watch?
Yeah, I remember
Like,
first time I watched it, I
Yeah.
remember not. I mean, I kind of liked it. I just like thought there was literally no story, and I was just like,
Yeah, my dad was like hysterically laughing, and I was like, what's so funny? And then like after like the second time and the third time, I was just like hysterically laughing. It was just like so funny.
no,
It's
yeah.
so great.
I think you definitely need to have like maturity to see this movie and not like think that every story needs to have like a story, you know, and
Yeah, no.
and like here it just like doesn't really have a story. I just like I started connecting a lot with these like movies that have like just like nothing, they don't tell like anything in particular, or they just have like a very basic concept, but it can be so dense, you know. Like I don't know if you saw this movie called Under the Silver Lake.
No.
It's one of my favorite fucking movies. It got released like in 2016, something like this, and I might be saying bullshit, like 2017, I think. Like I don't know.
Alright, it's cool.
Literally the concept is just so simple. It's a guy who falls in love with a girl, and she disappears, and he looks for her. Like that's just like very basic. But the movie has so fucking much. Like everything he sees like on his like path of finding her and all is just like so much, but that's not things you can tell in the story. And like in the end you realize that the summary of the movie is just like dude falls in love with a girl, she disappears, he looks for her. Like, but this movie, like just summarizing like this, is just like doesn't give honor to it because there's so much in it, like so much. It's,
oh my gosh,
yeah. If you like the movies like help me with this one, Mulholland Drive, like
oh yeah. I've definitely heard of that title before.
yeah, I cannot pronounce
Yes.
it at all.
Yep,
Yeah.
We're gonna take a quick pause real quick to shout out to our sponsors. 3 a.m. would like to thank our sponsor Music Bolt, the world's most simplistic, reliable, and inexpensive way to get online music lessons. If you ever feel like getting some awesome guitar, bass, ukulele, you name it, lessons online, please email us at musicfromhome3@gmail.com, and we can teach you right from home. All right, man. Sorry, I had to do that.
No, awesome.
Yeah,
We
bro.
like to thank a sponsor. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little sponsor. So first off, dude, that's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah.
So tell me about your band, Mango Painkiller. So like, how'd you get those sounds and stuff? Like, of course you mentioned Green Day and stuff.
Yeah,
so
but it was really
it was
it was not my idea, like technically to a like ownership like point of view. It was not even my band at first. Basically just like I have a really good friend named James that I met thanks to one of my best friends that I met at the summer program, and we just connected, and we were like just meeting a lot, like during my senior year. I was always coming to his place to like just like listen to music, get high, and just
so this is like pretty recent then.
Yeah, it's a very recent band, but yeah, it was like senior year, just like coming to his place and all. I was like, I was having fun and all. Like it was just like really nice, and one day I just went to a festival, and he was just like, okay, I'll be there soon, like just join my friends, so like we all meet like each other.
So you kind of just like miraculously just started. You just showed up.
No. It was
awesome.
there was like just like a festival, and like James was just like yeah, just I'll give you the number of my friends who are here, and he gave me the number of his friend David, and I mean we like to call him Dave, but like yeah, he gave me Dave's number, and that's how I met Dave, and we just like were really good friends because Dave and his girlfriend Carolee were just like the kindest fucking people, and I loved hanging with them. And yeah, and one day I went with a friend of mine to play a concert at James' place, and I saw that like they were like him and Dave were just having this project that they were like trying to build, and at that point I was not even thinking of joining it. Like I was like sure, but I was like, I'm going to college like very soon, I cannot like do this, you know. So like I just like I played the show and all, and then I left. I left for Berkeley. I came back I came back to New York to see James and all, and we went to pick up Dave at his club and where he works. And on the way back for like to their place, they were just telling me about the project and how they thought it could be like awesome, like to just develop it, and they were looking for a bassist. And at this moment, I was just thinking like,
bro.
Technically, like I don't need to be with them to like just like be in their band. Like I don't need to live in the same city because like what do they need me to do? They need me to record. I can record where I am.
Yeah.
They need me to play out live. I can come back when I need to play live. So it's just like, yeah, guys, if you need the bassist, like ask me. And they were like, oh, you like were the first person that we wanted to ask, because basically they're not like music students. They don't like study music. They're just punk fans, and that's how they're driven. You know, like they just love music and they just want to do like the sound that they want. And yeah, so we just started doing this, and I was just like, yeah, and also if you need me to do like drawings for the band, I'll do it. And so I got this double role of bassist and illustrator of the band. So like all the album covers, all the stickers that we have, and all our and like the future merch that we'll have, and all will be designed by me. So I was like, it's fucking awesome. Like I can.
So dude, you're pretty busy, even though you're like at home all the time.
Yeah, I'm pretty busy, but mostly busy with Berkeley. You know, like.
That's
in the
great.
end, like, you know,
Yeah,
like what's cool with a band is that you don't need like right now I'm supposed to like record like a bass line like right away, but like honestly, like we are like, yeah, we can wait, you know, like it's not, there's not a deadline of like if you don't do it by Friday you're out, you know. And it's not Miles Davis band, you know, like I'm not gonna get like $10 off my paycheck because I like don't send a bass line or something like this, you know.
The best thing, you know, about, you know, not being in high school and stuff and being in college and doing stuff on your own is that, you know, there's no real deadline, but you know that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it because if the later you do it, the less opportunities you'll have in the future or something. Because it's like, you know, if you like hold off on this project or whatever, like then, you know, you won't have as many opportunities. But like, you know, in college, you know, they get it. It's like everyone's a human being. It's like if you have to be late to like send in something, it's like just tell them and they're like totally fine with it. You know,
you have to find the right teachers. You have to find the right teachers, because some teachers like are just gonna be like, okay, but I'll take you some points off, like. Oh yeah. And I was lucky to have a harmony teacher, for example, like this semester, like who like I was that was the class I was doing the most terrible in. I mean, a semester not over, I'm still doing terrible, but yeah, like
harmony too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was just I just like worked like really badly in this class. It's not even like that I don't give a fuck. I really try to work and get good grades, but I just can't. And I thank God like every day that I have like a great teacher who like allows me to not be like in that F zone, you know, because she really helps me and all, and I really advise that you take her like someday. She gives a lot of work, and that's maybe why I'm failing a lot, but otherwise, like, you know, she's just like feeling like the role of a harmony teacher or every other.
But I also think that, you know, at Berkeley it really doesn't matter, and even just any, you know, music school, it really doesn't matter what grades you get. It's about what you get out of it. Like, you know, like I mean, it might be different for some people who have like a certain scholarship who need to like receive those grades or something, or if you're like you want to be a professor or a teacher or something, then you gotta get good grades and shit. But you know, if you like get something out of it and you really learn it, then it's like that, then you know, like you're actually putting some time into like doing some stuff in college and shit, especially at music school.
Right, yeah, you know. Music school, I mean, Berkeley is really fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, no, they're freaking great.
Yeah, in the space of 2 semesters, I had the time to do what I wanted, which was like first semester just chill, like as much as possible chill, because senior year and all, like, and just like ending high school and that fucking pain in the ass of like not having to do science and all, like just chill. It was just a very overwhelming semester because Berkeley was messing up on my schedule and all, but I was able to get out of it alive. And second semester, just meet as many people as possible and just like practice as much as possible, like jam with people as much as possible. And second semester was a lot of fun. I was so mad that it ended only on the 3rd month, you know. That was like way too bad.
Yeah, no, and it sucks because like right at about like the week before we all got kicked out I actually got really used to the college.
Yeah,
and,
me
like,
too. You know,
really
like
started like talking to people and coming up with stuff. Like I had a group together. We made music every Saturday and Wednesday night, and it was really great. Like we felt like we were getting somewhere. And then they were just like, "You guys gotta get out of here."
yeah, and you know, like
It's just like
yeah, and I remember the night before they announced that we were gonna go home. I was with my really good buddy Kevin at Berkeley, who's one of my mans. I love this guy. He's featuring on my new single that just got released. He's a
nice.
great guitar player, and we were hanging, and we got crossed that night, and I remember just like walking on the road with him and just like thinking like, it's like, I don't know why I feel like all of this is just like gonna end like soon. And I was like, I don't know, what is this feeling? Like, am I gonna die tomorrow or some shit like this? Or just like, I don't know, I feel like this is like literally the last night I'm gonna do this. And the day after, yeah, we get that email saying like, you have to leave by next week. It was on Wednesday, and we got like that email saying like, yeah, you need to leave by next week. And also I left on a Sunday. It was just really hard because I didn't think it was gonna be this serious. So I just regret a lot of things, like a lot of people I didn't see, because I thought I would see them like soon and all. Like just like the way I said bye to my girlfriend was just like so fucking like dumb as fuck, because like her birthday was gonna be in 2 weeks, and I was like, I'll see you at your birthday anyway. Just gave her like a kiss on the forehead and just like bye.
You're like, oh yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
nope, didn't happen.
And I'm like, at least I'm the only guy who cannot go to his girl's like birthday, but at least it's justified and he's not a complete asshole, you know. But it was just fucking sad because I wanted to be there and all, and you know, like just like thinking that like now it's been like what, 2 months that we haven't not 2 months, but like a month and a half we haven't seen each other. The fact that like last time I saw her, I just like gave her a kiss on the forehead, just like being like okay, I'll see you soon. Like,
yep,
you know, it's,
nope, didn't happen.
Yeah, but
just
you
like,
have to think that we are in debt. We're just like have to stay at home, and honestly, like among all the human crises that
it's
happen,
almost May.
Yeah.
It's almost May already.
Almost my
It's
birthday.
Like, it's so
yeah.
crazy.
But
oh wait, what's your birthday?
May 10th.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Happy really
early
birthday.
Yeah, but you know, like among all the human crises that happened and all, it's literally like it's one of the ones where the human who isn't touched like lives it the best, because you know, like you have to think that like people during World War II, even if they weren't like Jewish, even if they didn't have to like go to war and all, it was hell, because there was like just no food, there was like no and like some people had to go like to war and all, and like literally what we have to do is stay home. So like you're like, yeah, we can do it, but at the same time this thing that is outside is just so fucking dangerous. And
oh my gosh, yeah. Dude, so my dad gave me an article from Consequence of Sound, which is titled "Live Concerts Won't Return Until Fall 2021."
That's crazy. That's fucking insane.
Fall 2021 at the earliest.
I don't know how that's gonna be, because you know, like
that just means like, what are we gonna do? First off, like, what are we gonna do for this year and a half? Like, that's gonna probably. I mean,
there's gonna be live. There's gonna be
totally
online shows. There's gonna be online shows, but the problem with online shows is that not that many people will attend them. Like yesterday, there was that.
No one's gonna be interested.
No, like yeah, yesterday there was that Travis Scott like concert on Fortnite, like that shit. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, even if I don't like Fortnite, like of course like this is fucking dope, you know. But I think like even if there was like a good decent amount of people, like it's not the same amount of people that will be at like a Travis Scott concert, and we're talking about a free concert, you know.
Yep.
And
no, for sure.
Yeah, and you know, like fall 2021 just means that like so many artists are just like not gonna be able to leave to
the concert experience, in my opinion, won't be the same for a long time, in my opinion, because you know, I mean, the part of the concert is, you know, getting the adrenaline rush of being around a lot of people, you know, especially at like rock and metal concerts, and even like hardcore and stuff like that, like where, you know, you got the mosh pits and stuff. It's like no one can do that. No one's gonna be able to do that because everyone's, you know, pushing each other around and stuff. It's just like everyone's gonna be really almost like paranoid that, you know, they're gonna catch something from someone.
Yeah.
Dude.
you know, like I think when the vaccine like is released, you know, like it will, we will just be forgetting about it, and everybody will get vaccinated. But even then, there will be just like so much trouble, because you know that like there's just like so many chances that I don't want to get political because I don't know like the political background of like
Dude,
your audience and all.
it's fine.
But
you
yeah,
can say
but you
whatever
have to
shit
think
you
that
want.
like, of course, if like Trump is gonna get reelected, that there's gonna be some shit of like him saying like these kind of people cannot get vaccinated because they don't have like healthcare, like shit like this, you know.
Yeah, no, that's
All Americans like get vaccinated.
shit.
Problem is that I'm not American and I don't have the nationality. Like,
Yeah, no, that's pretty terrifying.
yeah.
To think about it. Yeah, dude, this is a scary time for all of us.
Yeah, it's literally the scariest time that we've been alive. But you have to think that like honestly,
Yeah.
like right now, like where I am, New York, it's already like decreasing. I mean, like when it really decreases and it's not that much risky, I'll just like go back to Boston and get my apartment
Yeah,
there and
dude.
just stay there.
I mean, it is not good in New York. Like, wait, are you in like near the city or are you?
No, I'm in
like,
Brooklyn. I'm in Brooklyn. I'm in a.
Oh, okay.
I'm in a neighborhood that stayed neutral to cases for a really long time. Now we got a few.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't get out. You know, I get out like really late at night when there's nobody left. But it's still with the mask, still with the gloves. You know.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, dude, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Also, you know, like Live Nation and not Live Nation, Ticketmaster, they released a thing saying, you know, like before, you know, if you were to buy a ticket from to a concert and stuff, they said you'll get your money back if you know, if it's canceled or if it's postponed.
I said it.
But you know, now they're like, oh, you can only get your money back if it's canceled. Like, and if a concert is until like, you know, like March 2022 in like 2 years from now, it's like, will you still want to go to that? Like,
Yeah.
that's
No, it's
pretty far in advance.
I don't know. I think like honestly, like I wanted to like see Green Day live, for example, like this summer. Will I want to see them live when they pass in 2022? Sure, but like, you know, I'm not gonna have the same money situation that I have in 2022. Technically, I will already have my first apartment. I will be having my first job and all. Like, it's gonna be just a complete different. Like, I cannot see if I'm gonna have enough money to just like go and
I'll be 21 or to 22. Like, I'm gonna be a fucking adult, probably paying rent somewhere. It's like,
yeah, you know,
I'm not gonna have time for, you know, that stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, anyway,
Maybe.
like everybody's talking about that thing of like concert restarting in 2021. The thing that we have to know is that we have never had a concrete and correct prediction about coronavirus since it started, because we cannot predict it. Like in February, like people were just saying like, yeah, it's gonna be disappearing like by next month. In March they were like in 2 months. Like, here we are, and all, like it's like that.
It's ridiculous.
Like, yeah, just like bad estimation and all, and it just like doesn't help when like, I don't want to say the president doesn't give a fuck, but he just like doesn't give them.
And also, guess what else happened today? Georgia just opened up.
I saw.
Georgia just opened up the gates, and they're allowing people to go outside and do about their daily lives like before. It's just like,
yeah, bro. Like, you want to hear a fucking crazy ass story?
What's up?
My family and friends, like, France is not doing well right now. Full confinement. Like, if you get out, like, cops arrested the UNO. Like, it's not doing well. Oh my gosh. And
not only, wait, actually, sorry to hold you, but my dad and my sister were actually supposed to go to Paris on a little vacation for a week. And oh my gosh, no. The worst thing was my dad was telling me about the hotel and how he was gonna get refunds and stuff, and he called them up and he was like, oh yeah, can I get a refund? He was like, there will be no refunds. Like, you cannot get your money back. He was like, you know, he was very strict. He's like, this is a business. He's like, and my dad responded. He was like, well, when your hotel closes down, you know, just make sure you give everyone their money back. Because it's just like, you know, it's just,
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
it's
goodness.
it's kind of crazy, but
It's so crazy.
But-
Anyways, go on. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no, no. My father called his brother today, and like they were just talking and all, and my father was just kind of like, wait, like it's kind of weird. I can hear like some noise like behind him, and he was just like what is this noise behind him? And he started like concentrating on the noise, like while his brother was talking to him, and he was just like, wait, like it's people, like what the fuck, and all, and my father just like asked him like wait, like why can I hear people? And my uncle, like grown up, like mature fucking man of like 45-year old, just went like, oh yeah, we're doing a party because fuck confinement, fuck coronavirus, and I was just like,
Oh
what?
God.
And he was like, it was like anyway, like 2/3 of the people who are here already got it, so like it's fine, you know. And I was just like,
Oh
and
shit.
I was just like, holy fuck, like
Oh
people,
gosh.
like it's not that it's not that people
Jesus.
are dumb, it's that they don't know like the gravity of the situation, you know, like.
Yep.
Yeah, and like you can get it actually twice, like.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
and you know,
that's
I have a
unbelievable.
theory. I have a theory. I think 3 weeks before we were sent home, I think I caught it, but I'm really not sure because like basically I had all the symptoms. I had fever, I had shortness of breath, I was coughing.
Yeah,
Like-
but it could have just been because of the change of season. I got
Oh
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
sick
But like
as well.
everybody was just like yeah, I'm sick and all. I was kind of like, wow, that's weird and all. Like I got my roommate sick, but like if that was just this, I would be like, oh, I got coronavirus and I healed from it. But the mystery is that my girlfriend didn't get anything, and like she
Right.
actually the one who like got the most contact with me because like she actually the one who like kissed me and all. Like my roommate didn't kiss me; he just was in the same room as me, touched like the same thing as me. Like he got like he.
Wait,
got
what
it
are you talking about, dude? I always kiss my roommates goodnight.
Oh yeah, of course, always kiss the homie.
Yeah,
But yeah, like it's kind of weird. Like my roommate just got it because like he literally touched the same like door handle as me. You know, like like some shit like this. Like and my girlfriend would literally like went like deep fucking like tongue inside of my mouth, like just like didn't get it. So I was like,
okay,
I was
all
like-
right, TMI.
I was like- I was like, oh come on, we're not kids. Like no, but like I was just like, yeah, it cannot be coronavirus if she didn't get sick. But at the same time, I'm like, it could have been any disease. Like, how did my roommate get sick, and like, how did she not get sick? So maybe she
Yeah.
just like was, I don't want to say immune to coronavirus because that's stupid, but maybe like she had something similar in the past, like, and
She's strong.
yeah, I don't know. If it might be actually coronavirus because with every disease it would have been the same. Like she would have caught it, you know, like.
Yep.
I don't know. It's a mystery.
Yeah, dude. So let me change this to a more positive
Yeah.
message. Let's
That's-
so let's say this whole thing is over, and you now have the power to make a music festival, like a really big music festival. There will be 3 bands. What 3 bands would they be, or artists, or whatever, or rappers? Do you know which ones?
I mean,
This is a tough question. This is even a tough question for me.
I mean, if I want to like talk about like just like bands that influenced me like in my entire life, will just be like hard. I guess I would say like I don't know. Like if I had to just talk about like bands that influenced my whole life that I have to take like in consideration to my whole life, I would probably say like Green Day, Ghost, and like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. But like if I have to
Okay.
talk about like music that like now, like what I want to see the most now, I would probably say Tame Impala, Always, and Beach House.
Nice. That's awesome,
I would say
dude.
this.
Yeah, dude, that's freaking cool.
Cause like it's just I don't know, it's been the 3 bands that I've been listening the most like since I don't know to like 16 20 like something like this. It's just like always been like this, and I'm just like I want to see a festival with the 3 of them. I've only seen Tame Impala live. I haven't seen Beach House live. I haven't seen Always live. I saw Tame Impala at Madison Square Garden. It was fucking awesome.
Wow, I'm
was
sure that
great.
was really
It
cool.
was great. It was like weirdest fucking experience ever because basically like to tell you more about it, like basically like I was with my really good buddy from France who never like really saw New York. He went once when he was a kid, but he like didn't know it was his dream. He has like he's in this whole culture of like the Jordans, like the like Empire State Building, just being like a true New Yorker, like basketball and all, you know, like how people dream of it in France and all. And I was like, I got you a ticket for a concert because I want to go to a Tame Impala concert, so we're going together. He was really happy. And I was like, right before the concert, I was like, okay, Tame Impala is like a psychedelic band. We cannot go if we don't actually like smoke, you know. So no, but like we went on like a brownstone like walks, and like we smoked, and it was fake. Like we didn't get high at all. So we were like really mad. We were like, oh, like fuck this shit, we're not high. I don't know. We arrived to the stadium, like we're sober. We're just like God, this really sucks.
I'm sure like the guy next to you was like,
yeah, and and that's it. I was literally like, I was so line like of people I know. I was just like, okay, maybe that's it. I asked the guy like, hey, is that the line? He turns to me and like he has the reddest fucking eyes I've ever seen. And then I look at everybody, and everybody has red eyes. I was like, okay, I see like the kind of concerts we're going to. And luckily, like when we got inside the stadium, like we were sitting down next to someone who was actually smoking, so we were able to ask like if we could, you know, and in the end we got the perfect amount of high that we wanted. And this shit started, and it was like honestly it was not something to be ahead, because we thought we were gonna throw up. There were so many fucking psychedelic like images on the screens.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure it was like so crazy.
Yeah, and then we went in the pit at the end when it was done, like just like to chill with people and all, and there was like just a guy who was like this, you know, and I was just like, are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm just on 5 tabs of acid, like right now. It's just like kind of hard to process.
Oh my gosh.
And I was just like, okay, I'll just leave you alone and all. And as I started to walk away, he started like puking, and I was just like, oh fuck, like I see the kind of like concert we were at. But yeah, it was St. Palace, so it was fucking awesome. It was really fucking nice. Yeah, dude.
So, oh my gosh, like I saw Dave Matthews with my mom, and this is like the whitest. Okay, Dave Matthews is like the whitest band ever.
Yeah.
It's like there's just like a bunch of middle-aged white people and stuff. We were like sitting on so there's this place called The Man. It's in Philly. It's like an outdoor stage, and we got lawn seats and stuff, and I was with my mom and my stepdad, and there was just like casually just like a giant group of like middle-aged like people, like white people, just like passing around like a joint. It was just like, what the heck, like this is so weird, because I'm so used to like the college thing where it's like
yeah. And there's definitely a whole like weird kind of awkward moment when you're like just like seeing people smoking, you're with your parents, like I have the great chance to have parents who are really 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 not cool with weed, so
for sure.
It augments really always the thing of like every time I just see like someone smoke and like they're here, I just like have to go like haha, look at him, it's smoking, like so ridiculous, or shit like this, and like
it's like, yeah, I kind of like looked at those people, and then I like looked at my mom. I was like, and then I was like thinking like, I was like imagining like oh my gosh, like I can't even imagine, like, because my mom is like super like anti like stuff, but it's like but she's like really chill. I really like it. I love my mom. So shout out to my mom listening to this.
Shout out.
So, we love our moms.
We love the mom of all the world, of course.
Yes. Anyways, dude, thank you so much for being on here. Of course. Dude, I super greatly appreciate it.
No, thank you so much for inviting me, bro. It's an honor. Yeah, really.
I hope you stay safe and well, dude. And dude, I'll see you hopefully in the fall in person.
Hopefully.
At the
I mean, if it starts calming down now, like college will restart during the fall. Like, there's no reason it wouldn't,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, Roger Brown will not lose like that much money. Like.
No. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy, but he won't want to lose that much money.
Yeah, dude. He was jamming out to whatchamacallit. Did you see the video that he sent out?
Which one? Oh yeah, I saw.
Wait, what song was playing? Something was playing. Oh yeah, it was "I Got a Feeling" by the Black Eyed Peas.
That was.
He was just like talking over. Okay, that was.
That was the funniest shit ever. That was the funny. I was just like, why did you play this? Like.
It was like, what? This is Black Eyed Peas just playing.
Yeah, and plus the song is starting to be a meme again. Like people are starting to make memes about it. I don't know, like it's just like. But anyway, like that was really funny. Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Of course,
And
bro.
dude, stay safe and well. And I will see you hopefully in the fall, man.
Yeah, I'll see you in the
All
fall.
right.
And
Peace,
bye to
bro.
the audience. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. We would like to thank our sponsor, Music Bowl, the best place online to get virtual music lessons. Once again, thank you all so much for listening, and we will see you next Monday at 3 a.m. See ya!